There comes a moment when you realize you don't want to spend your entire life working for someone else's dream. The idea of being your own boss begins as a whisper, but it grows louder every time you feel unfulfilled in your current situation. This is more than just wanting freedom. It's about taking control of your time, your vision, and your future. Being your own boss means you choose the direction of your life, the values of your work, and the pace at which you grow. It doesn't mean the road will be easy, but it does mean the road will be yours. The very first step is accepting the possibility that you can create your own path. You must believe with certainty that you have the ability to design the life you desire. That belief will fuel every choice that comes next. Being your own boss isn't the same for everyone. For some, it means starting a business. For others, it's freelancing, creating, or even investing. What matters most is clarity. What kind of freedom are you chasing? Financial freedom? Creative freedom? Time freedom? Without knowing this, you'll drift aimlessly. Take time to write it down. Picture your ideal day. Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Once you know what freedom looks like for you, you can design a path to achieve it. Being your own boss is about aligning your daily grind with your personal vision. It's not just leaving a job, it's stepping into ownership of your life. Before you can ever run your own life, you must think like an owner. Employees wait for permission, bosses create direction. Employees look for instructions, bosses build systems. If you want to be your own boss, your mindset has to shift from waiting to acting. Every problem becomes an opportunity. Every challenge becomes a test of resilience. You can no longer afford to blame others, because when you're the boss, everything starts and ends with you. This mindset shift is the foundation of entrepreneurship, freelancing, or any independent pursuit. Ask yourself daily, am I acting like a follower or a leader of my own destiny? Ownership isn't about titles, it's about responsibility. To be your own boss, you must offer value that people are willing to pay for. That means mastering your skills, whether it's design, coaching, writing, coding, or sales. Skills are the currency of independence. But beyond the skill itself, you must understand how to package it. Ask yourself, what problem do I solve for people? Because bosses don't just have skills, they solve problems and create results. Focus on building expertise, sharpening your craft, and continuously learning. The stronger your skills, the more leverage you have to set your own terms. This is how you become irreplaceable and build a business around what you know. Every successful boss begins with a clear vision. What's your end goal? Where do you see yourself in 5 years if you follow your path? Vision is the compass that guides you through uncertainty. But vision without strategy is only a dream. A strategy is your action plan, your roadmap that breaks the vision into steps. If your vision is financial freedom, your strategy might be building multiple income streams. If your vision is creative freedom, your strategy might be building an audience. The key is to write it down, break it apart, and commit to it. A boss doesn't just dream, they plan, execute, and adjust until that vision becomes reality. Success as your own boss doesn't happen in isolation. The truth is, every mogul, every leader, and every business owner stands on the foundation of strong relationships. Networking isn't about collecting business cards or following thousands of people online. It's about building genuine connections. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow, who open doors of opportunity, and who inspire you to think bigger. Attend events, join online communities, and don't be afraid to reach out to those who've walked the path before you. Remember, one meaningful relationship can change the entire trajectory of your journey. When you build a network of support, knowledge, and collaboration, you multiply your chances of success. No boss becomes a mogul alone. Your connections become part of your empire. Being your own boss means being in charge, not just of your vision, but of your money. Financial discipline is the backbone of freedom. Too many people chase big dreams, but forget to master the numbers behind those dreams. Track your income, understand your expenses, and create a budget that aligns with your goals. Save consistently, reinvest wisely, and avoid unnecessary debt. When you control your money, you control your choices. Financial independence gives you the power to take risks, to say no when you need to, and to invest in opportunities that matter. Remember, wealth isn't just about making money. It's about keeping it, growing it, and using it as a tool to build the life you want. As your own boss, your finances are your fuel. Manage them wisely. One of the biggest secrets to becoming your own boss is this: failure is not the end. It's the classroom of success. Every mistake, every setback, every no you hear is a lesson disguised as rejection. Don't run from failure. Study it. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? The greatest leaders and entrepreneurs didn't rise because they never failed. They rose because they never quit. They used failure as fuel to grow stronger, smarter, and sharper. When you shift your perspective and see failure as part of the journey, you become unstoppable. Failure doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. As your own boss, you'll face challenges, but each one is a stepping stone to mastery. Being your own boss comes with freedom, but freedom without discipline is chaos. Self-discipline is what separates dreamers from doers. It's waking up early to work on your goals when no one is watching. It's sticking to your plan when distractions whisper for your attention. It's choosing long-term gains over short-term comfort. Discipline builds momentum, and momentum builds empires. Ask yourself daily, am I doing what my future self will thank me for? When you master self-discipline, you become unstoppable because your success is no longer dependent on motivation or luck. It becomes a habit, a system, and a way of life. Discipline isn't a prison. It's the key that unlocks freedom. The true power of being your own boss lies in creating freedom, not just for today, but for tomorrow. One income stream is survival. Multiple income streams are security and abundance. Think beyond a paycheck. Build side hustles, invest in your skills, create products, and explore opportunities that align with your passion. When you diversify your income, you protect yourself against uncertainty. You also create room for growth and expansion. Remember, moguls don't depend on one source of money. They build empires that generate wealth from different directions. Being your own boss means building a system where money works for you, even when you're not working. That's not just survival. That's freedom, and freedom is the ultimate goal. Being your own boss isn't about working harder than everyone else. It's about working smarter. Systems are what keep your vision alive when motivation fades. A system is the daily routine, the structure, and the set of habits that make progress automatic. For example, if your goal is to grow a business, your system might be dedicating 2 hours each day to client outreach, another hour to learning, and 1 hour to refining your product. Systems prevent you from relying on willpower alone. They allow you to show up consistently and push forward, even when you don't feel like it. Remember, your habits build your destiny. As your own boss, you are not waiting for instructions. You're designing a blueprint for your success and following it with discipline. When you are your own boss, there is no one to check if you clocked in on time, no supervisor reminding you of deadlines. That freedom sounds exciting, but it also means your success depends entirely on your self-discipline. Discipline is doing what must be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to distractions, cutting out excuses, and showing up for yourself. Think of discipline as the invisible boss within you, the one who demands excellence, consistency, and accountability. Without discipline, freedom becomes chaos. But with it, freedom becomes power. The ability to command yourself is the greatest leadership skill you'll ever develop. Being your own boss requires courage. Playing it safe keeps you stuck, but reckless risks can bring destruction. The key is taking calculated risks where you've done your homework, weighed the potential outcomes, and prepared for setbacks. Every successful entrepreneur, leader, and innovator has faced risk. But they didn't blindly leap. They stepped forward with vision, strategy, and courage. Ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen, and how would I recover? If you can answer that, and the reward is worth it, the risk is worth taking. Growth is always found on the other side of fear. No one builds an empire alone. Even as your own boss, you need allies, mentors, and a strong network. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, opportunities, and possibilities. Networking isn't about using people. It's about building genuine connections that inspire growth on both sides. Find people who challenge you, who believe in your vision, and who can offer wisdom from their own journeys. Surround yourself with dreamers, doers, and believers. As your own boss, your network becomes your greatest resource, opening doors that hard work alone could never unlock. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a vital part of it. As your own boss, you will stumble, face rejection, lose money, or make mistakes. But setbacks are only permanent if you allow them to break you. True bosses use failure as feedback. Every mistake reveals something to improve. Every rejection strengthens resilience, and every closed door redirects you to a better one. When life knocks you down, rise with more wisdom and determination. Remember, the world doesn't remember those who quit. They remember those who turned their failures into comebacks. Freedom means nothing without financial control. As your own boss, you must learn how money works. Not just how to earn it, but how to manage, invest, and multiply it. Financial literacy is the shield that protects you from poor decisions, and the sword that allows you to expand your empire. Track your income, cut unnecessary expenses, build savings, and reinvest wisely. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. The more control you have over your finances, the more freedom you truly own. Remember, being your own boss is not just about income. It's about financial independence. As your own boss, standing still is the fastest way to fall behind. The world evolves quickly, and those who cling to the past are left behind. To stay powerful, you must constantly innovate, improving your skills, refining your products, and adapting to new opportunities. Don't fear change, embrace it. Look for trends, study competitors, and find ways to do what others are not willing to do. Innovation is not just about creating something new. It's about improving what already exists and finding smarter ways to solve problems. The boss mindset is one of growth, curiosity, and endless reinvention. Every true boss has a vision, a future they see before anyone else does. Vision is the compass that guides your decisions, keeps you motivated, and inspires others to follow your path. Without vision, work becomes meaningless. With vision, even the hardest struggles feel purposeful. Write down your vision. Imagine what your life, your business, your legacy will look like 5, 10, 20 years from now. Let that vision pull you forward when times get tough. The most powerful leaders are not those who command others. They are those who inspire with vision. Being your own boss can be demanding. The line between work and life can blur, leading to burnout if you're not careful. True power comes not from overworking, but from balance. Schedule time for rest, relationships, health, and personal growth. Protect your energy like it's your greatest asset, because it is. A tired mind makes poor decisions. A burnt-out body cannot build empires. Balance doesn't mean laziness. It means creating a life where work fuels joy, and joy fuels work. As your own boss, your greatest investment is in yourself. At the heart of being your own boss is one truth. You are the author of your life. No one else is holding the pen. Every decision you make writes a new line in your story. Will it be a story of excuses or one of power and ownership? When you decide to be your own boss, you claim full responsibility for your journey. You stop blaming others, stop waiting for permission, and stop living by someone else's script. Instead, you create your own path, fueled by discipline, courage, and vision. That is true freedom. That is true power. That is what it means to be your own boss.